I would like to invite the first speaker, Mr. Hammad Chaudhry, the Managing Director and owner of Marasa Almas Insurance. Mr. Hammad is a dynamic business genius with immense expertise in managing business risk and returns. He has sales and marketing experience over 10 years, spanning across real estate, banking, export, and insurance industries, working in UK, Pakistan, and UAE. Throughout his career, he has been appreciated and awarded for his performances. I would now like to invite him to please share his vision for South Asia.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hammad. I'm the Managing Director of Marasa Almas Insurance Agents. Just to give you an overview about what we do. We are basically insurance agents, and we deal with all lines of insurances, starting from motor, medical, property, employees' liability, all lines other than life insurance. We take care of every aspect that actually, where risk is involved and that needs to be covered. So basically, when we are talking about investment risk and returns in South Asia or any other country, or South Asia in specific, we do face certain risk elements when we're talking about South Asia. Major risks that person come across is political risk, cross-border transaction risk, borrowing risk, inbound and outbound travel risk. Now these are the major 4 risks that everybody or every businessman keeps in mind when they are actually looking to move anywhere in the world for any kind of investments or any kind of business. Now when we are talking about political risk, now every country, whether it's a democracy or, it requires certain kind of risk factor, certain instability or in the government or in the parliament or whatever, that can bring instability to your business. Now, anything happens tomorrow to any government, any of the South Asian countries, you may face business interruption. That's the biggest risk a businessman can face. Now, when you are talking about business interruption, of course, maybe your projects get stopped if they're associated with the government or any of the third parties that are working with the governments. Maybe you don't get your payments on time. Maybe, your project is just hanging there without even, getting next directions from the government. Now, how to secure that risk? That's where we come in, and we provide you with a possible solution that the span of time that your project is being stopped, how can you compensate your business losses? So that's like the first thing which we come. Then it's cross-border transactions risk. Now, of course, if you're into trades, if you're into imports, exports with any other countries, now, person sitting in one country is concerned like, okay, fine, you exported your goods to the other country. Now it's the time to get your payment back. Now, of course, you might face this, risk that where you're concerned about whether you can get your payment in time or not. Now that we again come up with a solution as the insurance consultants, which is like a trade credit insurance, because that's the most important part of insurance when you're trading with other countries, you should keep in your mind. To secure your payments, within the time. Then we're talking about the borrowing risk. Now, of course, when, again, in businesses, a lot of lending is involved from the bank. Now, if you face any of the above risks, the political risk or the cross-border transaction risk, but at the end of the day, you need to pay to the bank in time. Now that time, what comes in? That comes the credit shield. Because whatever the loan you are taking, due to any circumstances, if you are unable to pay within the time, you need to make sure that your history is not disturbed, your credit rating is not disturbed, your payments are going on time. For that case, credit shield is must for the businesses to secure their payments. Then inbound, outbound travel risk. Now, Of course, you need to travel within the countries for any kind of businesses. So you need to make sure you're healthy. You need to make sure that your belongings are safe. So of course, in those cases, inbound, outbound travel risks are there. So whatsoever the risks that we face in the market, we have solutions for that in the insurance market. Now, if anywhere in the world, any part of the world you have solutions in those particular countries where you get in touch with your insurance consultant and they will come up with a possible best solution where you can do your business freely with minimum risk. Because of course risk is always involved whenever you're taking a decision, and more the risk, more the returns are. So of course, but you need to make sure that you're having a peace of mind. Insurance is basically just buying a peace of mind, and uncertainty, of course, it can happen with anybody. So that's the biggest thing to make yourself secure in this world. Then, as I've just already discussed, like how we help or how an insurance can help you mitigate your risks. So, again, the business interruption policies, trade credit policies, credit shields, travel insurances. So these are the 4 basic things every businessman should keep in mind when they are trading within the countries. So of course, investment risk is always involved wherever you are. If you are investing in your own country, if you're staying in any of the country, you're investing there is a risk involved. So just, you need to make sure that the risk should be covered so that tomorrow any uncertain incident happens, at least you don't lose your peace of mind. Then returns, of course, when we are talking about South Asian countries, as everybody knows, the South Asian countries these days is basically, a key of interest for every business. There are a lot of opportunities there, and people are investing in these countries from around the world. Like, given it's India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, everybody is having interest there. So returns is basically, as I just said in the beginning, that more the risk, more the returns. Now risk can be secured. Now if you are working wisely by securing your risk, of course returns can be as high as you want. And of course, giving you a little more on how we can assist or how we can help any of the businesses. We are the agents based in UAE at the moment, and of course we have our operations working in India. And of course we are working on a platform where we're going to be going global. And of course, for every person around the world sitting in any country, we are associated with leading reinsurance companies at the moment to provide them the best possible solutions to cover the maximum risk which they are ready to take. So thank you very much. I'm here throughout the time. If anybody needs any assistance or want to discuss anything regarding the coverage of risks, so I'll let you know.